literally in the middle of a global pandemic. The coronavirus is spread all across the world, and it's here in the UK as well, and it's on the rise. And obviously, because of this, there is a frenzy. People, some aspects of society are almost going crazy. Go to your local supermarket. The shelves are being emptied. There's no more sanitizers left. People are fighting over toilet paper. There's videos online where people are pulling things off each other. People are going crazy. Now, yes, we find ourselves in the middle of this pandemic, and yes, it's a contagious illness, but at the same time, we have to remember to continue to be good human beings and continue to look out for each other as human beings. That being said, like with everything else in life, the good things, the bad things, there's always two sides of the coin. And yes, there is this aspect where, people are going crazy, there's some crazy things that are happening, and people are worried, they're afraid, etc. But what I want to share with you here is that there are also some things or some positives we can take from the situation we find ourselves in today. Number one is to really appreciate how precious and valuable life is. Normally when life is good and things are good, we don't stop and think about this, right? We think we're invincible. We think life is perfect. We think, nothing's going to happen to us. We've got another 80, 90 years to live. And we become complacent. But it's such occurrences which really remind us of how valuable and precious life is, and also how frail it is. Think about this virus, you can't see it without a microscope, but it has had such a great impact on our lives from a social perspective, economic perspective, our health. It's crazy when you think about it. And secondly, another thing I want us to reflect upon is that such times really get the human being to stop and think about why we're here. What's the real purpose of our existence? Because especially in the 21st century, we have goals. We have things that we're trying to achieve, right? And normally, generally speaking, they're material goals. You have a certain amount of wealth, a certain house, a certain car, etc. And we aspire for these things. But when such things happen, sometimes it may be temporarily, but it cuts you off from these things. Like we know there's certain parts of the world that are going into shutdown. It may be possible, and we hope this doesn't happen, but in the next coming weeks, in the UK, there may be lockdown, meaning you'll be cut off from everything around you. You're going to be isolated. And this should really get us to reflect upon life. Is life all about just attaining more wealth, attaining more material possessions? Or is there something more to life? And when we come out of this pandemic, hopefully in the next couple of months or couple of weeks, that we really appreciate and value life much more. And we really think more deeply about our existence. So one of the last things I want to mention, and this will definitely resonate with the Muslims that are watching this too, is that the idea of cleanliness. We've been told that one of the best things we could do to protect ourselves is to make sure we wash our hands. Right? Wash them properly and thoroughly. Now we know that the Prophet, peace be upon him, told us to make sure we keep ourselves clean. He told us of the ablution, which is the ritualistic washing that we do 5 times a day before the daily prayers, which is every couple of hours. So make sure, and he taught us to wash our hands properly, to wash our arms up to our elbows, to make sure that we rinse our mouths, rinse our noses, clean our ears, clean our feet, and all of these things. So, make sure that you keep yourselves clean, your hands clean in particular. And also, another thing, again, for us to reflect about, we know that in Islam, God has told us and he reminded us that the purpose of life is to know Him to worship Him. And He also told us that He will test us in this life by many things. Now, this indeed is a test, so we have to remain patient. We have to make sure that we remain or be good human beings, and we look out for people. We don't become selfish in such times. That being said, I really appreciate you guys watching this video. If you want to learn more about Islam, you can go to onereason.org and check that website out. And the last thing, make sure to leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you guys and what you think in regards to what I've spoken about and what's going on in regards to the coronavirus. I thank you guys for watching. Until next time, take care.